17th of June 2021. This is Sergey Baklykov. You're watching Baklykov Live, and IRL streams every day. The local time here in Ufa, it's Moscow plus 2 hours time zone. So here the time now 8:01, actually 8:02 p.m. right now. I'm in my hometown of Ufa, where I came yesterday. Yesterday I have finished the first parts of my road trip 2021. Drove all the way from St. Petersburg, Valdai, Tver, Moscow, Ryazan, Tambov, Penza, Saransk, Kazan, and now I came here to Ufa, my hometown of Ufa. And right now I'm at the in the north of Ufa, in the northern outskirts of Ufa, in the district which is called Chernikovka, or also known as Ordzhonikidze district. This is the district which was founded here in 1950s, the end of 1940s, the beginning of 1950s. You know, yes, now actually here in the outskirts of the district, that you can see that actually here it's already more modern buildings. This is Khrushchevka, 1960s. This is the houses under the construction. That's about like also maybe, I don't know, maybe 2015 or something. There's also very new buildings, but how to say, the core of the district was founded in 1950s. And look, what's interesting, that historic parts of the district, that's a piece of Leningrad, the piece of St. Petersburg in Ufa, because for the developments of this district, here was invited the architects from St. Petersburg in the heads of an architect, Margarita Kupriyanova. And she was great. She did a great job. You know, she made a really very nice district with a nice city planning. You will see some later. Okay. Now let's take a walk. Chernikovka. Actually, back in the days, yes, 70 years ago, it was just a village. It was a village founded by one of the merchants. His last name was Chernikov, and so that's why after all the district was named like Chernikovka. But officially this is Sergo-Ordzhonikidze district. Ordzhonikidze, he was the early Soviet politician and one of the closest associates of Stalin, actually. Look, there is now the house under the construction, but here is such a 1940s two-floor buildings. This is interesting. In these parts of the district, you can read the history like a book of history. Architecture actually tells a lot, you know. Typical newspapers kiosk. The flower store, like everywhere, no matter St. Petersburg, Moscow or Ufa, it works 24/7. Открыто, opened. Hey dudes, how are you doing? How is the quality of the picture today? Yesterday it was a disaster. I don't know, something wrong went with megaphone mobile operator yesterday. Okay, today it's perfect. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, actually, I have to be fair. And actually to say that for more than a year of unstoppable live streams. It's the first time when Megaphone had such a problem. Yes, I'm a Megaphone again. Well, I've made the speed test before I started the live stream, and speed test demonstrated a good as upload as download speed. But actually, when you live stream, the upload speed is even more important, because when you make the live stream, you actually upload an information because you're sending an information. Okay? Sushi Wok, Kubik, the Cube, children's store. So look, this is the yard. If you will look at Chernikovka from Sputnik, you will see actually a lot of trees here. This is a typical Khrushchev buildings. It's already 1960s. And look, little by little, the first floors of all the Khrushchevkas, they are getting occupied with the business. Like you see, there's Sushi Wok, children's store. Here is a culinary. Lawrence Corey, I used to see you on live leaks quite a while ago. Yes, I remember that when I was making the vlogs, not the live streams, but vlogs. Actually, I used to post my videos on live leaks too. And I remember how I was getting the hate from live leaks users. Like, hey, what are you doing here with your stuff? Because my stuff is just normal stuff. But on live leak, you guys love watching, you know, the controversial stuff. You love watching people are getting killed, people are dying, people suicide, and all other stuff. And there I'm coming, you know. But what's interesting that it's actually the live leak creators. They just themselves invited me to join the live leak, and that's it. They told me that sometimes they will feature my videos, and so they did. Why not? Why not? But now I'm making the live streams, and this is just kind of different genre. This is a kind of different genre of the video production. This is IRL, just another kind of content, which is, I think, probably not going to be okay for live leak. Live leakers need something fast, something like really quick, and they need somebody to die, okay? In 5 seconds after they will start watching. Did he say die? Yes, live leak. People love the stuff where everybody die there. The administration of the district there, such a typical 1960s the Soviet administrative building. Here now they renovating the square before the administration, and also this is a part of the stuff they do, which leads to the new park there. It's called Pirvamaske. It's 1st of May Park. The thing is, 1st of May pretty much respected here. It's since the Soviet days, in the Soviet days the government came up with an idea to make the holiday, which is called the holiday of the spring and labor, the day of labor. and this is officially like nationwide holiday. And even still now in Russian time, this is still a big holiday. And here is the thing is here is just Pirvamaske street, like one of the central streets of the district, and it is over exactly where this park starts. Okay, let's check it out. Alexander A. Sergey in the motherlands. Have a good walk. Thank you. HSM Epic Return. Hi, HSM. Mert Lacker. Hi. Jay Lewis. Hi. Justo Jose Godia Faster. Everybody, hello. Everybody. It's a new park, which is opened here just, I guess, a year ago, which is pretty cool. Now, little by little, from the later developed part of the district, we're going to the historic part. This is, in the historic part, you will see a piece of Leningrad. A piece of Leningrad in Ufa, which was just developed exactly by the architects of St. Petersburg, back then Leningrad, and the head architect Margarita Kupriyanova. There's a bark park for the dogs to have fun. And of course, peace and shit. They can shit in here. The bark park. Under the fence, so it's absolutely safe for the kids around. And absolutely great private space for the dogs. And of course, like all the dog holders being here, they of course like taking the shit away after their dogs. At least because it's like going to be awkward to leave the shit, and like when the dog holders will look at you. The lamps above us, such a alley. I'm sure it's pretty beautiful here at night. A huge playground for kids. Here is like the part for the smallest ones. There's like for more adult kids. Nice floor. It's pretty soft. The swings, the benches for parents and grandparents. Here is a wooden floor. Did the kids finish this school year? Yes, let me tell you that here the school year goes from the 1st of September to 27th of May. Here is the continue of playground for the kids. Well, I can say that from people of Ufa, I've heard only pretty positive feedback about this new park. And this is pretty good. Because actually Ufa people, they love to be pretty critical. And actually to hear from the people of Ufa a good point, that actually means a lot. In the center of the park, such a nice fountain, and the area around also made according to the latest imaginations about urbanism in Russia. You know, the fountain, such a nice wooden floor, you know, such a benches, different kinds of it, with some lawn there, also some plants. They managed there. Pirvamaske, the 1st of May park, or yes, like May Day park. If make the adaptation, it's like a May Day park. But if to make the literal translation, it will be the 1st of May park. Popcorn, boiled corn. Actually, I hate boiled corn, but many people love it. Mr. Fe, thank you too. Don Plombyr, what means vanilla ice cream. Plombyr, it's an ice cream. The rentals for the youngest kids, the car rentals. The scene, or special for HSM Epic Return, the stage. Okay, the stage. The stage is there. So when there happens the holidays, any holidays, so people perform there. Like, of course, the 9th of May, May Day, the day of the city, the day of the district. I think also probably it looks like the rental place where you can rent the skates. I'm not gonna be surprised if here in the winter time here is the ice skating rink. Well, at least that place looks like the place for rentals. nice benches and tables. You see they are playing chess there. As you know, guys, Soviet Union, now Russia, and even before the Soviet Union, Russian Empire was always too much into the chess. And the Soviet Union, Russia, gave so many world chess champions. On the territory of the park, such a electric engine tram. Yes, because in the parks you can't use the diesel or petroleum engine. You just can't. Oh, looks. It reminds me about something. Look, after St. Petersburg, I can't be positive to zebras. The guys are playing the ball, having a picnic on a lawn. There's the football / basketball area. But look, here in Ufa we have only the donkeys like that. I never saw the donkeys like in Kazan and in St. Petersburg. Here I only saw the donkey on a top of the train, which is pretty great. Hi, dude. The guys are playing football. Cool. Workouts. And there's the police. The police looking for the law and order here. So you better don't give a shit here. Ufa teens making some sports. You remember, I need to make some sport too. I need to make some sport too. I mean, my everyday walks really helps me, but just some more physical stuff gonna be good. Food track. Shawarma. Shawarma on coils. Coffee to go. Okay, so this was the 1st of May park in the northern parts of Ufa, in the north of Ufa, and the district called Chernikovka. In my opinion, the most interesting and the most historically preserved district, because the historic parts there almost never changed and was developed by the architects of St. Petersburg. Little by little we go there. The sun is so bright today. It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. But it's windy in the same time. Look at these wonderful Soviet murals. This is mosaics. Now let me tell you that this is 1970's, the Palace of Culture. The Palace of Culture, which is initially was founded for the workers of one of the most significant enterprises in Ufa and in whole Russia. It's Ufa Engine Building Production Association. Such a palace of culture in a 1970s style of the functionalism. This is a palace of culture. Palace of culture for the workers of Ufa Engine Building Production Association. You know, to have some creative time, some entertainment. Well, still now, this is one of the most strategic enterprises in Russia. They are making this stuff and engines for the airplanes and helicopters. You can check it out. UMPO. Well, in Russian language, Уфимский моторостроительный моторостроительное производственное объединение. In English language, Ufa Engine Building Production Association. Captain Ron, to the hell Lenin, to the hell Stalin. Okay. But look, they are probably already there anyway. So what you worry about? In heaven or in hell? Anyway, they are not here. Okay, so this is one of the central streets of Chernikovka. It's called Pirvamaske, the 1st of May Street, or the May Day Street. I mean, the 1st of May Street, it's if we will make the literal translation, Pirvamaske. But if we will try to make the adaptation, it will be May Day Street, just the street dedicated to May Day. By the way, the Palace of Culture is still active, and there's a lot of sections for the people, for the kids and for adults, like the dance classes and art classes and all this stuff. Let me remind you that now from the earlier parts or later developed parts, we're going to the most historic parts. The sun is so bright. 8:32 local time. Dudes, welcome to the new live stream today from Ufa. We are in the north of this city. This is Chernikovka District. Chernikovka District. Sergo Chernikovka, he was one of the closest associates of Stalin. The district named after him, but also it's known as Chernikovka, because here, before the 1950s, here was actually a village. The village, which is later was joined to Ufa, got to Ufa, and it was called, the village was called Chernikovka because there was like the leader of the village, the merchant, whose last name was Chernikov. It's a typical 5 stories Khrushchev buildings. If you watch my videos on a regular basis, then you know that compared to the Stalinist residential buildings, I mean the residential buildings built in the time of Stalin, they are more plain, they are more simplified, because Khrushchev just wanted to construct more buildings and faster. He thought that no need spending the time and money on a fretwork which actually don't have any functionality. But what's interesting, this is the facts I used to mention before, that now in Moscow they are already started to demolish some of the Khrushchev buildings, but the Stalinist residential buildings, they are still have a great value on real estate market because they are still good. Usually it's full-featured apartments with isolated rooms, with tall ceilings, and with a very thick walls. What does it mean, isolated rooms? Let me tell you that here in Khrushchevka apartments, the entrance to another room just goes through, well, you're in one room and immediately you're getting to the next room. So it's not isolated rooms because the rooms are connected, okay? But isolated rooms, it's like the rooms, it's like everywhere now. It's like normally, in normal understanding, it's when every room have its separate entrance and not somehow connected with another room, only with a corridor, with a hole. So the Stalinist residential buildings are still in a great value. And also, just let me tell you that another thing about the Stalinist residential buildings, that usually they also have a very good location. They are usually located along of along the avenues like here, or let's say you remember in St. Petersburg, they are all along Moskovsky Prospect. But of course, I guess there were the people who were telling to Khrushchev, Nikita Khrushchev, the leader of the Soviet days, back in those days, like, hey, however, at least, well, I mean, well, however, the buildings have to be at least a little beautiful. But look, also Khrushchev considers that these buildings, these residential buildings, will be a temporary buildings. But as you know, guys, there's nothing more permanent than temporary. You plan it temporary for temporary, and then it lasts forever. But let me show you, they are still in a pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. They are not as expensive as the apartments in Stalinist residential buildings. However, they are relatively not cheap. Let's walk through one of the random yards. I love it, the trees here. Parking lots. Well, relatively still not too many apartments in these 5-storied buildings. But look, however, some motherfuckers, they park on where actually is supposed to be the place for kids. Damn. That's one of those motherfuckers who are bringing the dirt into the streets then. Avensis, Toyota Avensis. It's been a while I saw the Avensis. Well, now everywhere here, the first floors of this Khrushchev buildings, all busy with a business. Fast reading school, and this is Russian insurance bank. The store, just a grocery store, and here is also the beer store, Ale House. Hey, Ale House. Here you can buy tap beer, but unfortunately they don't have Guinness. They don't have Guinness here. Well, I think now visually nothing changed too much since 1960s here, except the modern cars and all the commercials on the first floors of the buildings. Dental office, stomatologia, dental office. Also, the trees turned to be big. I saw the photographs of 1950s, 1960s. Most of these trees were not that big. Boy, тут. The wallpapers are here. Yandex Market. Yes, Yandex. From being just an IT company and mostly just a search engine, the most popular search engine of Russia, they now getting into the so many offline spheres. Well, of course, taxi, car sharing, Yandex Mall. It's the delivery of the groceries. Koala. It's the kids' clothes. Hosmir, the household's worlds. Everything for the house and summer house. Okay, so taxi, Yandex Taxi, Yandex Drive, it's a car sharing, Yandex Mall, which is the delivery of groceries, Yandex Foods, which is the delivery of the foods from the restaurants. I mean, like already done foods. I mean, like ready to eat, cooked food. Yandex Delivery, which is just like a Yandex courier service. So you can like just invite the courier and to pass like everything you want. Well, of course, not the cocks or any other drugs, but just the normal stuff. Well, of course, like limited by size, limited by weight. Well, something like really not too weighty, not too big. And the Yandex Market. It's like when you order something from Yandex Market online store and they deliver it to pick up there. Feечка, the store, it seems like kids store. Okay, the SmeniKvarti.ru, Smeni Kvartiru, change the apartments. The chain of the real estate agencies. Okna, the windows. Veka, yeah, the windows. One of those guys who freaking sell the plastic windows to everywhere, even to the historic buildings. Oh, god damn it. Ufanet, the Ufanet office. That's the biggest cable TV and internet provider in Ufa. This is a private company, but look, being a private company, not a big company, which was not as slow and bureaucratic as the government company. They actually captured the market pretty fast, Ufanet. And I used to work for Ufanet too, just before I started YouTube. Because look, UTV channel I worked for was exactly the channel, the own channel of Ufanet company. The thing is, like, being the cable TV operators, they decided why not to start its own channel. Okay, so it's like it was like nothing, like giving some money for the TV channel, considering like how much money they are making. Okay, so already back then they were in 7 cities, in 7 biggest cities of the Republic of Bashkortostan, and also they got started getting to Kazan. But in Kazan, they decided to name themselves as Kazgor City, like Kaz City Network, because yeah, it's historically, it's like I mean, there's a huge resistance in a good way with Ufa, Kazan and Ufa, and it's like many people there could not join Ufanet just because it's Ufanet. But when it's Kazan City or Kaz City network, they would join. Okay. Now Ufanet's also pretty much associated with the video, how to say, video watch, with a video watch. Here is like the office where you can sign the agreements, where you can pay for internet. Well, of course, like you can all make it online, but still, it seems like pretty much old school people who prefer just coming to somewhere. Tashir Pizza. It's the chain of pizzerias in Ufa. Tashir Pizza. What else? Umka. Umka. It's a popular Russian cartoon about the little bear. And this is a chain of zoo stores. Umka. But also Umka, it's a pretty popular name for, yes, like for the animals, not only for a bear. Umka. Yes, pet stores, that's what I just said. Sometimes even in the historic districts, which already like completely done, they are still finding the spots to construct something new. Here going to be the, look, the passports of objects, the medicine center or medical center with the physical culture and health complex. Okay. Well, thank you for just not another mall. Oh, the electric scooters. The electric scooters even here now in Chernikovka. Whoosh. The Whoosh company working pretty aggressive. Look. Yeah. They are integrating their scooters everywhere. But look, nowadays, Whoosh experienced the problems. Let's say in St. Petersburg, they are already temporary stopped. And one of the reasons is that really like many people complain because it turned to be too much of them. But recently I have found one more thing about it. Like there's an information, I'm not sure how true, if it's true or not, but there's an information that's another big reason why there is now the pressure on Whoosh, on the electric scooters company. The electric scooters rental company goes from Yandex Taxi, because actually these electric scooters now take a huge share of the customers from taxi. Hey, damn it. Yeah, like people prefer just to take a scooter and to get somewhere on scooter like for 70% less money than to take a taxi. Because this scooter, you can take it whatever you see this and to live whatever you want, okay? So you just ride it to where you need and leave it almost everywhere. Parикмахерская, hairdressing salon. Chernikovka reminded me of Kupchina. Yeah, in this part maybe because of these Khrushchevka buildings. But in that part, in truly historic parts, it's definitely not like Kupchino. Maybe more like, I don't know, Ohta or something. Charm, another hairdressing salon, which is called Charm. Charm, yes, that's where the ladies can get their charm. Another store for household items, Hostovary, which is literally means the household items. Matryoshka. Matryoshka store. Matryoshka. What is this? Магазин постоянных распродаж. Товары для дома. Okay. The store of constant sales. So, like the sales goes here all the time. And look, it's also товары для дома. It's items for house. It's households. Another hairdressing salon. Look. Style. Okay, there was charm, here is style. The style. Arzon. What it is? Arzon. 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 Damn, I'm not even sure what it is. Okay, I don't know. What the hell is this? Молоко, the milk, the dairy stuff from Yanaul. It's one of the towns of the Republic of Bashkortostan. Local dairy. Notarius, notary, or how to say, lawyer, notary. Creative, beauty salon creative. Samovarich, everything for samagon, beer, sausages and cheese. Okay, so samagon, it's self-made alcohol. Everything for self-made alcohol. So here you can buy the device, or how to say, apparatus for making your own alcohol and beer. And this is actually not too bad, because now I know like more and more people, they are really buying their own device for making their own alcohol. And they are saying that this way they just can be sure that they are drinking absolutely like organic and really clear and quality alcohol. Бураевский хлеб, свежая выпечка, fresh bakery and bread. Okay. Some drum and bass. The drum and bass here in Chernikovka. The drum and bass. Breakbeats. Маленькая страна, a small country. The chain of the stores, the stuff for kids. Yes, the stuff for kids there. Now, most of these stores are closed. It's 8:56 local time. Let me tell you that here we are already in plus 2 hours from Moscow, and here is like really adequate time for this geographical location. Master sanitary techniques. Okay. So here is the store of sanitary techniques. Sumki, the bags. The bags closed. The bags and suitcases. The repair of digital techniques, laptops, monitors, smartphones, pads, and the registrators like dash cams. Yeah, it is. It is here. There the guys are taking care about your broken techniques, okay? The store of the production of Ufa meat combinat. Meat sausage combinat. Oh, КБ. It's красное и белое. Red and white. Red and white. This is the biggest chain of alcohol stores. Glass optics. Well, here you can buy the glasses. No, just a normal glasses. Maybe some glasses, some sunglasses too. О, срочно, деньги. Urgent, the money. It's so-called microfinances. Microfinances, okay? The chain of Japanese hairdressing salons. All haircuts 300 rubles, which is like about $4.50. $4.50. Okay. There's the mall. It's like a local mall. Look, it used to be the building of 1970's, but they made the renovation. Now it looks like just a newly made flat shit. The monument to the soldier in this little square in between of the blocks. More of the numbskulls parking just on a lawn. The kids' hairdressing salon. Детская парикмахерская. Okay, the sports school, number 22. They are inviting the kids into the sections. Powerlifting, kickboxing, sports, acrobatics, taekwondo, wushu, judo. Hairdressing salon duet. Hey, a lot of hairdressing salons here. Probably many people need the haircuts. By the way, I need a haircut too. And camouflage. Camouflage. But I'm not going to hairdressing salons. I'm like a fucking hipster going to the barber shops. The clothes and shoes for all family. Another Krasное Белое, another red and white store, the biggest chain of alcohol stores. Krasное Белое. There's the cheapest alcohol. Sandwich panel. Ufa sandwich panel. Here you can order the sandwich panel. The flowers again, the flower store. Everything for 39 rubles. It's like everything for 50 cents. 50-cent store. Sun Rose, another flower store. After school. Okay, here were the guys teaching the rules, and then go to the road police to pass through the exam and to get the driver's license. Okay, here is another Palace of Culture, which is called Chemist, Химик, ДК Химик, Дворец культуры Химик, the Palace of Culture, Chemist. Let me tell you that actually here in these districts are living a lot of the people from chemical industry, because what is really no good about this district that it is located not far from many refineries and oil refineries, which is located like they used to be located like in the outskirts of the city. But now with the developments of these districts, it's actually now got pretty close to here, and here live the people who are working on that refineries. And so that's why the Palace of Culture, if that Palace of Culture was built by the Ufa Engine Building Production Association, then this Palace Square was built by one of the oil refineries, like for the workers of the chemical industry. And look here, on the square before the Palace of Culture, the Palace of Culture Chemist. Here is Lenin again. Lenin. And look, here is like really more typical, more standard Lenin. Lenin who holding the hands straight ahead and direct the way to the bright future. Okay? Товарищи, вперед! Well, when I just started the live stream, you saw the park, which is behind the Palace of Culture of Ufa Engine Building Production Association, and it's pretty great. But here, the park is waiting for the renovation. Look. Already for like 5 years, the administration of the city of Ufa promised like to take care about it, to restore it. And especially this fountain, this was absolutely great and super beautiful fountain. Now it's like half abundance, and every year they are just promise to renovate it. And I know they can. Like, you guys saw what they did in All Russia Exhibition Center in Moscow? Well, yeah, so they can do that. Look, even now you can see that it used to be absolutely amazing fountain with all of this great mosaics, or would you say murals, mosaics. If to take everything about each piece of it, it will be just great. So we're really looking forwards. The people of Ufa, and I still consider myself as the person of Ufa too, even though now I live in St. Petersburg. But look, you can throw like the first 32 years of your life, and uh, I always will stay the person of Ufa, no matter what. So, and here is the Palace of Culture itself, the chemist. It's still active, and now here is the place for different dance and singing collectives. They are singing, they are playing folk music, also sports sections, the art schools, and so and so and so. Also, already such a kind of strict style of architecture, 1970s, such a late Soviet style, the functionalism. But look, however, the windows, they are already changed to the new plastic shit. Okay, this was another Palace of Culture in this district. The Palace of Culture Chemist. And that one was the Palace of Culture of Ufa Engine Building Production Association, which is one of the most strategic enterprises, not only in Ufa and Bashkortostan, but in Russia. They are making the engines for the airplanes, like for Su, for helicopters, and the parts. So it's really like, it's big. Dudes, hi everybody. Hi to everybody who keep joining this live stream. Today we're in the northern part of Ufa. If you will look at the map, the district, which is called Chernikovka, because historically, before 1950s, here was the village which was historically got the name Chernikovka because here was such a leading merchant, Chernikov. Tomek Dudek, love you, Serge, благослови тебя, друг мой. God bless. Okay, God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you for appreciation of this stuff. I really appreciate that you appreciate my stuff. It's nice to deal with you because you are not just the motherfuckers who wants just some easygoing stuff with alcoholics, marginal looking guys, and all this stuff. That's really means a lot to me. That just shows me that you're a great guys. You guys who wants to know more, who really like what are getting and information. Pirvamaske streets. We got back to Pirvamaske streets, May Day streets, or the 1st of May street. We are walking all the way through the districts. Ordzhonikidze district, Sergo Ordzhonikidze, he was one of the closest associates of Stalin and one of not many people who was with him on you. You know, here in Russia we have two versions of the words you. Ты, and вы. Вы, it's like when you want to show the respect. If the person is like way older than you, or if you don't know each other, if you're not familiar, you have to address on вы, respectfully. And ты, it's like when you know the person, or you like want to show these respects. I mean, if you will address to unknown person as ты right away, it will be considered as rude. But if you like it's your friends, it's okay to say ты. So Ordzhonikidze was one of not many guys who was on ты with Stalin. OTP Bank, Green Spark, everything for mobile devices. Почта Bank, Post Office Bank, Meat Factory Kuyedinsky, the firm store. Everything starting from the store starting from 29 rubles, like from 30 cents. It's chicken. The gallery of windows. Yeah, plastic windows. Doors. Okay. City lab. Medical tests. Textile. The firm store of Kyshtym Textile. The textile produced in Kyshtym. Okay, the flower storage. 24/7. PSB Bank, Kasa, Cosmetics, Professional Cosmetics, Express, look, Express Hairdressing Salon. Okay, Express, Gazprom Bank. Another Ale House. That's the place where they sell tap beer. Strishka, which just literally means haircuts. Chick. Okay. Look, really a lot of hairdressing salons here and not a single barber shop. Hey, where all the hipsters are taking the haircut here? Okay, now finally we're getting to the Stalinist part. Omreni Remnath, blessings to Ufa, green hearts, and the best IRL on YouTube, Baklykov Live, blessings always. So you, my friend, and beautiful family, one love, green hearts, one love. Omreni, always glad to see you. Thank you for another contribution. Thank you all for your super chats, and thank you all for supporting my road trip. Let me remind you that I finished the first parts of my road trip, and now taking a break here in Ufa, in the hometown of Ufa. Definitely once this is my hometown, I'm not gonna stay here for a day or 2 days like it used to be in other towns, because here I'm also spending now time with my parents-in-law, some of my relatives, some of my friends. Okay, but later I will continue. So thank you. Okay, now let me show you one of the most significant places here. It's the movie theater, Stalinist movie theater. It's like, you know, it's another example of great Stalinist architecture, the Victory. the movie theater Victory. Unfortunately, now it has experienced not the best times because it's like bankrupted as the movie theater here. I'm not sure why, because it's like the only movie theater for the whole district. And now most probably here will be the music school. But it's good that here will be at least the music school, because yeah, at least if not the movie theater, here have to be something else, something creative, something like the music school or so, in such a great building. But I really wish that you have no idea, like about 10 years ago when I was coming here, what a great doors here were. You can watch my video about the Motherland movie theater, which is located on Lenin Street in the very center of Ufa, in the historic city center of Ufa. And there you can see the doors, still the original heavy, tall wooden doors. Damn, but here they got these plastic shits. This movie theater actually went through the renovation like maybe 15 years ago, 10 years ago. But damn, how come during the renovation they changed the normal wooden doors to this plastic shit? How come? Победа, the victory. You know, the thing is, from what I've heard from the people from the movie theater industry, the problem of such a small movie theaters here was just two holes. That people got spoiled with all of those multiplexes. The thing is, the people want to come like anytime, and in the interval of maximum 30-40 minutes to have an access to like almost every movie that goes now. This is what multiplexes with like 9, 10, 11 holes can afford. They really like, they have many holes where like, yeah, like you can come and in the interval of like 30-40 minutes you can get to any movie that goes now. It's impossible for the small movie theaters. Hi. Oh, Dmitry. That's my guy. Dmitry, a very professional programmer. He's a really great programmer. Ебой, опять на том же месте? А я вот, прикинь, только приехал, получается, год назад я в этом же месте снимал.
Да.
Hi, dude.
Привет. Что тебе, где покатать?
Сейчас. Ну, пока по Pirvamaske, конечно. Look, what's interesting, exactly a year ago, I also was here, and I was making the live stream, and I've met Dmitry, and now I've met him again. But last year, you just was walking with your dog. He wasn't on a car. Oh, okay. I forgot to fasten my seatbelt. Dmitry.
Hello.
The programmer. You're programmer. Yeah. Program engineer. But you're not a hacker, right?
Not hacker. I'm not hacker.
Okay, the most significant buildings. Look, back in 1950's, it used to be the two tallest buildings. Eight-storied buildings. Eight-storied Stalinist buildings.
That's it.
А, нет пока. У меня, если что, там есть. Просто сейчас неудобно будет, да.
Окей.
The Stalinist neoclassical architecture. This is a piece of Leningrad in Ufa, because it was developed by the architects of Leningrad and ahead of Margarita Kupriyanova. Знаешь, за что ленинградские архитекторы проектировали район?
За что? За еду?
Да нет, наверное, нет.
Такой юмор местный. За что? За еду.
There's the Palace of Culture named after Sergo Orджоникидзе. Another Palace of Culture here, already the third one. Another great example of 1950s Stalinist neoclassical architecture. Ты сейчас также все здесь живешь?
А я сейчас переехал. Ну, потом я тебе...
You're still living here? А когда здесь оказался?
1,5 месяца назад я домой переехал себе на квартиру.
Понял.
А там долгая история, потом как-нибудь.
Окей. Ну, пока здесь живешь?
Да.
Okay, for a while still living here in this awesome district. In my opinion, this is one of the best districts of Ufa because historically it's for sure the most preserved neighborhoods.
Там впереди, короче, есть этот северный автовокзал заброшенный. За ним был сад Пушкина, который сейчас зарос. Ты был, кстати, в Парке Победы?
Нет, кстати. В Парке Победы?
Да.
Нет, я иду с нового парка Первомайского.
Так что, куда? По верху или туда вниз будем углубляться?
Давай вот можно так проехать туда лучше.
Окей.
Да, по верху. Neil MacDonald High. Yes, this is a cultural stuff. Meanwhile, here comes the time for the sunset, 9:25. It's about 30 minutes to the sunset, to the beginning of the sunset. Надо же, ты меня увидел.
Так я притормозил, перестроился в ряд. Я ездил за KFC.
И смотришь как раз это. Я иду, да.
Ну кто еще будет по Черниковке вот так ходить, снимать все?
Okay, look. Absolutely accidentally, he saw me from the car, but it's exactly the same place we've met. A year ago, I've met him walking with his dog. How is your dog, by the way? Как собака?
Да, отлично. Этот недавно,
Excellent.
кстати, операцию сделали, но это ладно. Великолепно. Дома сейчас сидит.
Okay, the dog feeling excellent. Here is the stadium called Neftenik and Oiler. Here playing Football Club Ufa, which is this year almost fell off the highest football league of Russia. But fortunately, in the last moment, they saved up themselves in the Russian Football Premier League. Знаешь, да, в этом году чуть не вылетели.
Нет, я не слежу за этим.
Ну, короче, кое-как там на последнем матче определилось, что они не вылетают. The stadium, Neftenik. It's kind of old stadium. Actually, there's no many seats. But the government of the Republic of Bashkortostan already for a long time talking about the construction of a new stadium here in the Republic of Bashkortostan, in Ufa. Well, same as they constructed in 2008, they constructed the new Ice Palace. Интересные у тебя песенки.
Специально? Питерские ваши? Что-то у меня засвистело где-то.
There is already the embankment of Bele River, the White River, the biggest river of Ufa. And actually, Ufa is located on both banks of the White River, Белая River.
Так же так-то две реки.
Да, Белая and Ufimka. Ufimka. It's like Ufa in female, how to say, inclination,
Ну да.
feminine,
Феминитив.
feminative,
Да.
feminative. Yeah, Ufimka. White River, sometimes also known as Agidel. It's in Bashkir language.
А White River это нельзя же переводить название типа белая река, типа белая River будет.
Ну да. Белая река. The White River. Белая.
А вон, смотри, история Дежневской лестницы.
I hope it's okay to say that our river is the White River.
Что, пойдем, кстати, вниз, посмотрим?
Давай.
Если меня отберут.
Here is still exists the so-called private sector, the sector of wooden houses. It's kind of big stairway here. You know, actually Ufa, known as the city on a mountain. All Ufa is actually a huge mountain.
Интересно, он тогда не знаю там.
Практически.
Ты сюда спускался?
Очень давно.
Когда еще здесь было вообще все очень-очень плохо, да?
Да. Look, it's renovated, restored in a pretty good way.
Пойдем, там историю можно прочесть. Писать об подписчикам будет интересно. У тебя, кстати, давно что-то лайвов не было.
Я сейчас на другом канале уже. Baklykov Life, отдельный канал. The history of Dizhnev Stairway. The Dizhnevskaya Stairway in Victory Park was named after Dizhneva Mountain and the Dizhneva village, which was located on it. Yeah, like it seems like still a part of it historically. Okay, the stairway was built from 1972 to 1975 during one of the renovations of the park. Oh, the whole woods on this hill and this park is the deserve of the main architects of Chernikovka Margarita Kupriyanova. I already told you about her today. Yes, Margarita Kupriyanova, the head architect of Chernikovka back in 1950's. She's from St. Petersburg, back then Leningrad. So this is the historic part of Chernikovka is a part of Leningrad in Ufa. Погнали. Вообще сейчас в идеале в то же место вернуться. Да, чтобы мне там продолжить. Вообще, если есть время, присоединяйся.
Не сегодня.
Сегодня занят.
Да, это по работе.
You actually was driving to KFC. Hey, KFC.
Chicken.
Don't you have KFC delivery here? Яндекс Food?
А на доставка, короче, надо было ждать час-полтора. Мне проще было съездить.
Okay. So here we of course have KFC delivery, but the waiting time now is about 90 minutes. So he have found that it's faster just to take a drive. Yeah, because they have KFC here in this district. Ты туда ездил, вот где-то недалеко, да?
Да, на космонавтов.
Угу.
Да и коня своего выгулить надо.
Новый конь.
Как? Нет, я уже начал.
Очень хорошо. Да. We're now getting back to the same place. So here is just such a unplanned spin-off. Yeah, that's what it's life all about. You never know. You never know what can happen. Everything happens here and now. This is a Victory Park, where yes, we will come today. А я сначала подумал, просто какой-то чувак хочет там, ну, типа, предпередать.
Ага. Ну да. Можно и так сказать. А почему Baklykov это начал называть? Что с Левров?
Да.
Или это не такая не публичная?
Ну просто, как сказать, там более влоговый канал. Это стриминговый. Spontaneous. Да, поэтому. The Victory Park. This is a Komarov Street. Komarov, one of the very first cosmonauts of the Soviet Union.
Космонавт?
Да. Один из первых космонавтов.
А, один из.
Да, один из. One of.
Ладно.
Yeah, sure, not the very first.
Тебя что-то аж прифигел. Я не услышал вам. Блин, идет. Теперь третья.
Not bad, not bad. Good acceleration, you know.
На акселерации здесь огонь. Дизельная.
Diesel acceleration.
Diesel power.
What's the volume?
Volume? Типа horses?
Да. Ну и вообще объем двигателя.
Я не хочу об этом говорить. Документ входной стороны. Минимум.
Окей. Это у нас какая улица? Это Первомайская.
Это у нас Первомайская, да. Здесь гуляют, народ постоянно. Мы здесь с Морганом гуляем.
Морган, your dog?
Да. Морган is my dog. Если прикинь, я недавно узнал, что здесь двухстороннее движение.
А до этого шпарил, да?
Вообще.
Нифига себе.
Ну, разметки-то нет.
Ну да. Кстати, это вообще огромная проблема. Я сейчас пока ехал сюда, мы ехали и 10 дней останавливаюсь в городах.
Так.
Вот в 9 городах. Приехал в Уфу, я просто... Где разметка? Понимаешь, везде есть разметка. Здесь вообще нету, годами уже.
Пропускаем, народ. Вот здесь опасное место.
Почему?
Короче, смотри, они когда выходят, они иногда вот там, они выходят как бы из ниоткуда. То есть иногда не всегда успеешь тормозить, особенно зимой. Поэтому я здесь всегда крадусь километров 20, наверное, в час. Ну, может, 40. Ну вот смотри, едешь, просто их не видно.
One of 8-storied buildings, famous 8-storied buildings, восьмиэтажка. Used to be for a very long time, used to be the tallest building in Ufa. О, что там заставили остекление их убрать? Ой, это круто.
Да, где?
Остекление заставили убрать. Вот на балконах.
Да.
Wow, look, there was the renovation, and what I've noticed now they forced the owners to remove the how to say, the glasses on their windows, which they were making themselves, and they got back the historic look of the facades, which is great. That's how it have to be. Это очень круто. Pirvamaske, May Day Street. And we're getting to the place where we stopped to Victory Movie Theater.
From Victory Theater to Victory Park.
Yes. Now we take a ride from Victory Movie Theater to Victory Park, but now we'll continue just our walking tour. Okay, dudes, was really glad to see you.
Все, я тоже рад был.
I'll call you later. Call you later.
Goodbye,
Okay, dudes.
guys
Да, может.
and girls.
Да. Okay, call you later.
Да. Ты если что, звони.
Okay.
Всё, да.
Всё, да. Спасибо. Thank you.
Конечно.
Dmitry, he is just living here in this Stalinist residential building. Okay, let's keep walking. So this is the most historic part of Chernikovka. Stalinist architecture. Аптека, госаптека, the state drugstore, founded in 1926. Optics. The medical lab, the medical tests. Aki Bank. German shoes. You see, here is already the 1950s Stalinist residential buildings with a good fretwork. Here is full-featured apartments, tall ceilings, about 3.5 meters, and thick walls. Планета книг, the planet of books. The chain, I think in Ufa, the biggest chain of bookstores. Let's walk through one of the random yards. Dental office. Okay. Enough of parking lots. Look, it's almost 10 o'clock. Everybody must be home Thursday, and everybody have enough of the parking lots. It's like, remember, in the town of Pushkin, also in the yards of such a 3-storied residential buildings, there's just not many people living physically, and always enough of parking lots. After school, another after school. By the way, I forgot to tell you something. Okay, look, I forgot to say one really interesting fact about this neighborhood. This is where was born and raised Zemfira. Zemfira, nowadays, the biggest rock star of Russia, Zemfira. Nobody more, how to say, more top than Zemfira in Russia, around the female rock singers. So she was born in these districts, lived here until like about 20 years before she got to Moscow, and gave her cassette with demo songs to Ilya Lagutenko, the leader of Movie Troll band. Also, look how here's the plan the buildings. The buildings here create such a, how to say, like a block. In the center of the block, here is the trees. I don't know, the area, just some plants there. Here is the area for workout, and by perimeter goes the parking lots. And another two persons, pretty known persons, was born here. It's of course Vladimir Spivakov. Vladimir Spivakov lived here. Now here he is one of the top classical music persons in Moscow, the head of the Moscow's house of music, and also one guy's Anatoly Klimin, the founder of the Russian brand Tom Klein. Burger and beer. Here is such a bar. I'm not sure if I love this extra pre-built to such an amazing Stalinist residential building. The Master of Wines, Sunrose, and there's Wholesale Rose, 2 flower stores. We keep walking the Mayday Street. It's 9:49. Uralsib Bank, Ural and Siberian Bank, Optica. Here you can buy glasses, the drugstore. And here are those 2 famous 8-storied residential buildings. Syrian shawarma. That's how this place called, Syrian shawarma. Yeah, such great examples of Stalinist neoclassical 1950s architecture. Восьмиэтажки and 8-storied buildings. Niva. Look, recently, just last year, here was the renovation of the building. And look, you can watch my previous live streams from here, and you can notice that they forced all the owners to remove the glazier. Absolutely awful glazier was here, which is just completely used to spoil the original look of the building. The thing is actually, by the Russian law, you can own apartments, but the facades, you never own the facades. And actually, when you're making the glazier of the balconies, actually you're making it's out of law. Okay, this is out of law. This is just like what you make, and so that's why they forced to remove it. Now it all looks pretty cool. However, they allowed them to leave the air conditioners there. Chernikovka, the Stalinist 1950s district of Ufa. I think this is the most known place in Chernikovka. Восьмиэтажки, 8 stories. In a simple words. You enjoy this? You enjoy this walk? And here is the whole alley. Now, exactly this place you can see on the thumbnail of this live stream, and you can see how really short these trees were back in 1950s, and look how big they are now. And we are going all the way to the fountain and another palace of culture. That's the Palace of Culture named after Sergei Ordzhonikidze. It's like the central Palace of Culture here for different cultural events, you know. By the way, right now, at 9:56 local time, here it started the sunset. The Palace of Culture named after Ordzhonikidze. This is Ordzhonikidovsky Rayon. And there's the monument to Ordzhonikidze. The fountain. Such a dancing fountain here. What the hell is this? Okay, here you need to release the plastic caps to save the planet. Okay. The lighting and dancing fountain. Some business here. The rental of the cars. Shawarma. And that's, I'm not sure how you call this in English, but in Russian we call this batut. It's like where the kids made jumping. Yeah, I really don't know the English word for batut. Trampoline. Okay, thank you, Crystal. Look, and here is, if you will, I already told you that Chernikovka was developed by the architects from Leningrad, the name of St. Petersburg back in the Soviet days, and the head of Margarita Kupriyanova. And if you will look also at the map of Chernikovka, you will see the favorite yet since Catherine the Great times, the race, the streets. It's such a, such a style of radial and circle streets. And we can see this here, let's say, here goes the cosmonaut streets. There, behind the Palace of Culture named after Sergei Orджоникидзе, the continue of Pirvamaske streets. And this is the Constitution streets, улица Конституции. And there are some more streets. You see, so it's creates such a shame, which is pretty popular in St. Petersburg. The Palace of Culture named after Sergei Orджоникидзе. Another great example of Stalinist neoclassical architecture. Now this is a Palace of Culture of Ufa State Oil Technical University. By the way, Chernikovka is also where it's located the most of Ufa State Oil or Petroleum Technical University. Dudes, meanwhile, I need to connect the power bank. Meanwhile. Okay, let's keep walking. It's not far from here to the Victory Park. The Victory Park, which was completely dedicated in a victory, World War II victory. If you've noticed, a lot of trees in Chernikovka. Which is pretty cool. I'm walking through Cosmonaut Street, the street which is dedicated to commemorate the cosmonauts of the Soviet Union. And we go in direction of Komarov Street. Komarov, he was one of the very first cosmonauts in the Soviet Union, and once he was here, he was coming here, was making something like a meet-up. That was great. And the people of this district of Ufa really remember about that. And even dedicated the street, named the street after him. By the way, that's KFC. Dmitry was driving through. Here they have standalone KFC. The delivery time was 90 minutes, he said. So he supposed it will be faster just to get there. Oh, look, Dode pizza. It's everywhere. And in Ufa too. This is a Кольцевая Street, which means the circle streets. The circle streets, which is literally like almost circle. And here is the tram. Goes through the circle streets. A lot of still so nice old school trams. KFC. Shawarma. This is Chernikovka. This is Chernikovka, dudes. Look, in these yards, the guys are having their own barrier, so only the residents can go inside of the yard. Let's look at this. Okay. Okay. Moskvich 412. Moskvich, what means Muscovite. The Soviet car factory. Here is the school inside of the yard. Let me tell you that, yeah, here, like, you know, the Soviet districts, the school on every 2-3 blocks, the schools were developed by the principle of like being available in a one-step, I mean, like they call this one-step distance. Well, not literally one step, but like means very nearby. And this is one of the, how to say, one of the buildings of Ufa State Petroleum Technical University. In the Republic of Bashkortostan, here is a lot of oil under the ground. And people in oil industry are really needed. And most of people are trying to get into the Ufa State Petroleum Technical University. That's then to get a job in oil industry and make a good money. I also studied in the Ufa State Petroleum Technical University, but I studied as a public relations faculty. So I could be a PR manager in any oil company or something. But that would be boring. So the main building of Ufa State Petroleum Technical University. Уфимский государственный нефтяной технический университет. Ufa State Petroleum Technical University. But look, what a shame. Even here, they got plastic doors. So the problem of plastic doors is not in finances. It's not because plastic sheet is cheaper. Of course, it's cheaper, but I mean, of course, the oil industry of Ufa, they have a lot of money. And so it's not about money, it's here. They just sincerely don't understand what's wrong with plastic doors. You know, the founder of Lukoil company, one of the biggest companies, petroleum companies in Russia, studied here. The oil industry is big here. So this is already the beginning of Victory Park. We've got two Komarov streets at the beginning of Victory Park. And there's the monument which is called Grieving Mother. This is so-called intellectual bus stop. Intellectual bus stop. Well, intellectual usually means that here you can make a direct call to police. Here is available USB charger. Here's available free Wi-Fi. And also you can see how many minutes left until the upcoming bus. Well, and of course, like the cameras here for you to feel more secure. The Grieving Mother, dedicated to mothers who lost their sons in World War II. The Grieving Mother. So dudes, how do you like Chernikovka so far? Okay, good to see. I love bringing the new places to you. Normally, most of ethnically Bashkir people, they are same as Tatars in the Republic of Tatarstan. They are Sunni Muslims. So here in the Republic of Bashkortostan, you also can find as an Orthodox churches as the Muslim mosques. One of the most known of them is the mosque which is called Lala Tulpan. It's here, Lala Tulpan. It's like Lala Tulip. Not as big as Kul Sharif in Kazan, where I was just 2 days ago. But there's one more mosque, Muslim mosque they are constructing. It's called Al-Rahim. Oh, it's gonna be pretty huge when they will finish that. Al-Rahim. Plastic windows are very comfortable. There are no drafts. They are durable. There's la la la. I don't understand why you don't like these windows. Dude, I like it, but not on the historical buildings. They are ugly. Just look at the normal, like Soviets, wooden, heavy, tall doors, and look at that plastic shit. You will see the difference. If it's not obvious for you, then dude, you have a problem. You really have a problem. You have aesthetic problem. Like look at the doors of the Motherland movie theater and at the doors of Victory movie theater. Okay, this is the World War II Museum. I have a video I was making like maybe 4 or 5 years ago from the inside of the museum, World War II Museum, which is officially called the Museum of Military Glory. Check it out. Okay, the central entrance to the Victory Park. Победа, the victory. The park, the central alley, which leads to the eternal flame and to the top of the hill, which is right next to Belaya River, the White River, which is the biggest river here, the White River. A lot of military techniques here. The tanks. The kids love playing around these military techniques here. It is allowed to climb on it. And that's great, because look, until the kids are playing on this military technique, their guns are in silence. You got it? There's even more military techniques. T-34, the famous T-34 there. The monument to the heroes. The memorial plaques. These are the plaques with the names of the districts of the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia. About 50 districts in the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia. Let's say Iglinsky districts, by the way, where Stavtimanova village is located, died and missed 7,670 people just from one district of the Republic of Bashkortostan. Zilayrsky districts, 3,238. Zianchurinsky districts, 5,100 67 4141 3162 5723 895 7036 3384. So in total, that's a lot. And there's the certain names of the guys who got the name, who got the order of the hero of Soviet Union. Well, unfortunately, many people used to receive such awards, I would say orders, already after the death. This stela, dedicated to the victory and eternal flame. On the background, there's amazing sunset. Sunset above the horizon of Ufa and the White River. Nothing forgotten, nobody forgotten. So the Victory Park, and I'm gonna get to the edge of the hill here. There's amazing panorama of from there. Nice sunset. Why did the Russians win when they were Allied forces? Dudes, maybe because 30 million Russians died. Nobody resists that there was the allies like the United States, the Great Britain, and some other countries. So why are you trying to mess up here? You the motherfucker. So you want to bring down like to nothing all the forces, all the people lives that was laid on a battlefields. Fuck you, man. fucking Deepak. Fake rating, beautiful place. Oh yes, it is. Россия. So this is the White River, one of the biggest rivers of Russia and the biggest river of the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia. Белая. Actually, the names of the rivers are actually like non-translatable, but actually the Белая means the white. Right here in the Victory Park, it's the grave of Musa Gareev, twice the hero of the Soviet Union, and one of the most significant World War II pilots. He went through the war, and for a long time, when he got back to Ufa, kept working here. He was into aviation, and when he died, they buried him right here in a Victory Park. And this is actually the only grave in the park here, because if I'm not mistaken, he is the only guy who is the twice hero of the Soviet Union. Yeah, a lot of heroes, and we saw a huge list on those memorial plaques, a list of the names, but if I'm not mistaken, he is the only twice the hero from the Republic of Bashkortostan. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you really enjoyed this walk through the 1950s Stalinist districts in Ufa. Let me remind you, this is the north of the city, the northern districts, which was developed in 1950s. Well, before that, it was actually not even Ufa. It was right next to Ufa, the village, small village called Chernikovka. like now the district is called Chernikovka, because here was the village where there was the time the leader was the merchant Chernikov, so it was named after him. With the development of oil industry, they started constructing the refineries there, and people were needs the place closer to the factories to live in. So Chernikovka was great for that. And right after the war, in the end of 1940s and the beginning of 1950s, they are invited, the architects from Leningrad, back then in Saint Petersburg, back then the name of Saint Petersburg, and the heads of Margarita Kupriyanova, and they made all the planning, the streets, all that radial and circle planning of the streets, the trees, the residential buildings, the Stalinist neoclassical architecture, and this park, So after all, we still have an amazing district, which is, I think, the most interesting in Ufa, and definitely the most preserved. Well, fortunately, somehow, like they never like constructed something else. At least in the most of parts. Yeah, like all around the districts, where was the spots, free lands, they started constructing all those multi-flats, shitty, minimalistic, simplified flat buildings, but the heart of Chernikovka is still staying the same. So from this point of view, this is the most preserved part of Ufa, Chernikovka, also officially known as Ordzhonikidze district. Ufa, the capital of the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia, my hometown. Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed. Christian K, beautiful sky behind Sergey. Yes, it is. Thanks to Mother Nature. And yeah, the gods allowed it for Ufa to appear in such a picturesque place. Next to the woods, next to the river, on a huge hill. Actually, all Ufa, it's just a huge hill. It's a huge hill. Lawrence Curry, very informative. Thank you, sir. Have a nice night. Much thanks. Ufa, salute. Sean Rock. This beats St. Pete's peaceful. Another super show today. Many thanks, Sergey. Thank you for sharing your hometown with all of us. Спасибо большое. Nothing like home, sweet home, Sergey. Yes, it is. Whoa. Yeah. That's actually no good to make the fireworks in the parks. Okay, from Ufa, from the capital of the Republic of Bashkortostan of Russia, from Baklykov Live, with love. Never forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Timothy Patterson, Shona Rock, Sweating Sausage, Rishab Sethi, Sultan 97400, Rishab Sethi, Phil, Swelling Sausage, Joe Hernandez, Jim Stigl, MS31, Less Wrong, Alexander A, Goodbye Blue Sky, Donna Valdez, Monica Bradenstein, Stevie Ray, Libertarian Boxcar, Julius Fernandez, Crystal, Loania 1191, Hamidreza Zolgan, Christian K, Shona Rock, Jay Lewis, thank you friends, Neil McDonald, Arlen,
А что вы там снимаете? Здрасте.
Панораму.
Красивая, да? Вот такая у нас погода сегодня.